Welcome to the Lesbian Romantic Podcast. This is Waking Up is Easy, Part 21. URL bestfanfic.red. Tags: Usha, Catherine, Romantic, NSFW. Average rating: 4.5 stars out of 5. Page 3 out of 7. Voice: AI Sexy Lady 2.0. Catherine's back hit the mattress with a soft thud, the air escaping her lungs in a gasp. Usha's eyes glinted above her, dark, determined, pupils wide. Usha descended inch by inch, her weight settling onto Catherine's hips. Catherine's fingers twitched, uncertain where to land until Usha captured her wrists, drawing them upward against the cool sheets. The pressure of Usha's thumbs against her pulse points sent Catherine's heartbeat racing. Warm breath tickled Catherine's neck before teeth grazed the sensitive skin beneath her ear. Catherine's back curved upward involuntarily, her body seeking more contact as Usha's lips traveled along her jawline. "I want you naked," Usha's voice vibrated against Catherine's earlobe. Catherine's nod sent her hair splaying across the pillow. The fabric of her sweater dragged upward across her ribs, catching momentarily on her chin before Usha tossed it aside. The t-shirt followed, Usha's fingertips leaving goosebumps in their wake. The cool air prickled Catherine's exposed skin. Her black lace bra contrasted against her flushed chest, the delicate pattern revealing glimpses of what lay beneath. Usha's gaze traveled slowly downward, lingering. This was page 3 out of 7. Click here to continue reading or discover other related fanfic. URL bestfanfic.red. Tags: Usha, Catherine, NSFW, rough, cat on top. Rating: 4.1 stars out of 5. Page 1 out of 3. Voice: AI Sexy Gentleman 1.0. Catherine's breath caught in her throat at the memory of Usha's naked form that first night. Usha had commanded the living room like a stage, each discarded garment a deliberate act of warfare against Catherine's self-control. When the silk slip hit the floor, drenched with want, Catherine's fingernails dug crescents into her own palms. Usha backed against the wall, eyes never breaking contact, daring Catherine to follow. "It'll be cold," Catherine growled against the pulse hammering in Usha's neck. "Make me forget it," Usha challenged, already trembling. Catherine slammed her against the wall, pinning Usha's wrists above her head with one hand, while the other claimed her hip, fingertips bruising soft flesh. Usha's cry, half pain, half desperate need, sent electricity crackling down Catherine's spine. Breaking news! Zen Queen Usha drops bedroom bombshell. Internet sensation Usha has finally broken her long silence and has got the web shook.
I'm so funny.
The meditation guru who taught millions to find their inner peace just caused outer chaos by declaring her actual sex life is boring compared to the steamy sex scenes in her unauthorized biopic. "I prefer boring," Usha confessed on partners Catherine Halifax's chart-topping podcast, sending fan forums into meltdown. The episode, which featured the notoriously elusive Usha making her podcast debut, has already racked up 2 million downloads as listeners scramble to hear the guru spill the tea on what really happens behind closed doors. Or not. Publish. 1 out of 5 stars. By Sneaky Snob. Oh my god. I guess the stereotypes about lesbians are true. U-Haul to Snoozeville. Catherine and Usha turned out to be the most basic couple on the planet once they opened their pathetic mouths. I literally fell asleep 3 times trying to get through one episode. The movie version should sue the real ones for identity theft. Nobody asked for this podcast. Go back to your cats and your sensible shoes and stop polluting the internet with your mind-numbing relationship. Some of us actually have personalities. 1.5 out of 5 stars by Usha Word Wizard. I always liked Catherine and Usha, but this podcast is a major letdown. Catherine has this pretentious way of talking like she's better than her audience, and honestly, after everything we did to support her career, the least she could do is give us what we want, instead of this boring philosophical crap. Time to realize you're lucky to have so many people care about you, Katie. We deserve better content. 1 out of 5 stars by Hot Lady Likes Hot. I wish I could give negative stars. 20 episodes, and what do we get? Babbling about kisses and feelings, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Just get to the good stuff already. Some of us don't have all day to wait around while you drone on and on about nothing. Next. The police knocked on the door, and I remember the sound vividly. It's weird, right? I've heard former clients say that they remember the sound of metal being slowly crushed during a car accident. For me, that knock was a bit like that. I was in heaven, even though I knew I'd fall out of it soon. And then? Don't get me wrong. I was still over the moon. I couldn't have been happier. I was dizzy with delight. I was completely head over heels in love, top of the world and all that. And yet, at the same time, I knew our bubble had burst. I knew, you know? And whatever the police and the doctors and the media and the streamers and everyone else took from us on that day, I'm not sure we have ever gotten it back. I know this might sound weird since we were already in hiding, already on the run, already unsafe. Still, things got so much worse after that knock. Worse and better. It's always worse and better, not worse or better. You know how they say 2 things can be true at the same time? That's a typical nugget of wisdom, right? Well, I'm here to say it's true. And not. Just kidding. It's true. All right, back to what I wanted to share with you in this episode. The police arrived with a loud knock, and Usha and I rushed to get dressed. The officers were yelling frantically for us to open the door by the time we reached for the doorknob. My hands were shaking by then, but the police weren't there to question us, it turns out. They were there to protect us. The doxers had dropped our location, along with Ellie's poor girlfriend's location, and the crowd at the coma center had ditched everything to make their way to us. I say poor girlfriend because that girl really did not deserve what was happening to her. Neither did we. But at least we had contributed to the situation in some way, even if it was just by being who we were. This girl, she was just a student who happened to fall in love with her roommate, Ellie Harkin. A minute ago, I said I don't think we ever got back what was taken from us. Let me specify what that is, in my opinion. I feel like we lost a part of our identity. We lost a story we could tell ourselves about ourselves. We lost a sense of safety. We lost the chance to write our own ending. Yesterday, I was reading a book that explained how suffering can be understood as losing the chance to flourish in life and or losing your heart's desires. Source: Eleanor Stump. Sometimes you don't even realize who or what is stopping you from flourishing. But I do realize, because I feel like so much has been taken from me. From Usha too, but she feels less bereaved by it. Maybe because she handles change better. Maybe because she had already lost everything when her memory failed after the accident. Maybe because she flourished in the moment she lost everything. Not me. I feel smaller after everything that happened. And yet, at the same time, I also feel like my heart can now hold the whole universe because I love Usha so much. I am large. I contain multitudes. Source: Walt Whitman. Title: The Uncomfortable Truth Behind Catherine Halifax's Podcast. 20 episodes into Catherine Halifax's chart-topping podcast, I've noticed something disturbing. We're still not listening. Not really. While millions download each episode, the comment sections reveal listeners superimposing their preferred narrative over Catherine's actual words. I've spent the past month obsessively cataloging reviews and replaying episodes. The pattern is unmistakable. When Catherine speaks about loss of privacy, fans hear romantic confession. When she discusses trauma, they demand steamier details. Her nuanced reflections get flattened into clickbait. So sad. What strikes me most is how aggressively audiences resist Catherine's attempts to reclaim her narrative. They've consumed unauthorized books and films about her life with Usha for so long that they reject the authentic version now offered by the actual women involved. I won't pretend to translate Catherine's message here. That would perpetuate the very problem I'm identifying. But I will say this. When someone finally breaks their silence after years of being spoken for, perhaps we owe them the courtesy of genuine attention. The way we've consumed their story says everything about our culture and almost nothing about who Catherine and Usha truly are. Publish. 5 out of 5 stars. By I Hear Ya. This podcast started as my guilty pleasure, to be honest. Back in high school, my friends and I were obsessed with the whole Catherine Usha saga. Then college happened last year and everything changed so fast. When I saw Catherine launched a podcast, I clicked play, hoping for that familiar gossip with my besties feeling. But whoa, I'm getting something so much deeper. Like, we always thought Usha was this wise goddess and Catherine was just awkward Catherine. Now I'm sitting in my dorm realizing how wrong I was about her and about what fame actually did to them. Catherine, if you ever read these reviews, thank you for your courage. My perspective has completely shifted. 5 out of 5 stars. By No, just no. Finally, someone telling their own story instead of being exploited by vultures. I've avoided that cash grab movie and that unauthorized biography. Something felt gross about strangers profiting off their trauma. But this podcast is the real deal. Catherine, if you're reading, please set up a Patreon or something. I'd support you in a heartbeat. P.S. Love how you're living authentically now instead of hiding. You go, girl. Usha and I didn't panic when the cops told us what was going on. That's strange, I think. I still don't understand why not. We just looked at each other and nodded. Something had changed in Usha's eyes. It was the look of the Usha I had seen shortly after she woke up. Her gaze held the universe. The police told us not to look outside, but I was already by the window, emboldened by Usha's confidence. There was also just so much adrenaline at that point. The first crowd arrived just as I looked out of the window. I saw her immediately, and I wasn't even surprised. It was Hope, wearing, I think it was a purple guru-like robe or something. It was ridiculous. And she was holding a sign that promoted her new website. That's when I knew the insanity was coming from people who hated us, and from people who claimed to love us. Sure enough, the haters arrived not long after. Needless to say, the police weren't equipped to manage the crowd. The police also weren't equipped to stop haters and lovers, who were both equally hateful toward one another, from getting into each other's hair, right there in front of our eyes. But guess who was able to stop them? I think that's my worst cliffhanger so far because everyone already saw the movie. Yeah, but, they don't know the whole story. True. This was part 21 of Waking Up is Easy. Your support keeps this podcast going, and we've been going for 10 years. I don't want to give up now, so thank you for your help. If you too want to help, go to patreon.com/lesbianromantic and support the podcast with a monthly subscription, or go to my website and send a one-time gift to help keep this podcast going. Speaking of websites, I like to repeat my URLs. That's lesbianromantic.com, and the poetry website is deadbirdsinging.life. Thank you for listening. Thank you for spending time with me. And hope to see you here again in 2 weeks on the free feed for the next episode of Waking Up is Easy.